Hello, my dear beautiful bastard, I'm Petard, your glorious lord, and welcome to Polybridge. Polybridge is a bridge building game that is coming to Steam Early Access in about 2 weeks. And this is the dev preview build that I got from the developers, Dry Cactus, and this game is actually really fun. I have over 6 hours of it, so we're gonna go into the campaign and I'm going to show you a few levels, but keep in mind that this is the pre-release version, so in the release version it's gonna be even better, because during the last 5 days the game got even better. I got it about 6 days ago, I think, or a week ago, and also the game has a Twitter sharing feature, so you can share your bridge builds to Twitter automatically, which is quite fun. So we're gonna go into this one. I'm going to show you this one. Basically you have this interface and you can press space and you get the ability to build roads, wood, steel, hydraulics, cable, and here is the suspension. The suspension is available on a different map, but on this map you have access to almost everything, and that's why I want to show it to you. So what you can do is you can build a road. See, these guys need to cross from here to here, and each one of these flags represents one of them. So they need to cross the flag or go through the flag in order to complete the level. That is basically what you need to do. So basically, how does it work? You have roads, you can put roads right here, like this, or you can put them anywhere. You can go up, you know, you can put them all the way over here, but you have to be careful, because sometimes on some levels there will be limitations. You won't be able to build everything, you know, you won't be able to have unlimited everything, because if you press on wood, see, wood is unlimited, but road is 8, so you can place 8 of them. And now if you start the simulation, see, the road is gonna go to shit completely, which is bad. Of course, that is very bad. But you can, for example, use steel, and you can put steel right here, but you have to keep an eye on the budget as well, to not mess everything up. You can do this, and what else can we do? See, now when you start the simulation now, see how it falls down? It still kinda holds it, but it still goes down. So you can put this one here, then you can select the cable. You can connect the cable over here, so it keeps the stability of this steel thing, and then you can continue connecting cables, for example, all the way over here and down here. Now see, we are over the budget, but if we start, it still goes to shit, because it is, see, you can press the stress on and you can lower the speed completely, so you can start and see what is the problem. See, everything is the problem because we did everything incorrectly. So we can clear everything like this. We can select the road again. For example, we can go up. We can completely avoid everything. There. 8 out of 8. See, we can completely avoid, because these two indicate that there will be a ship coming through. You won't be able to put the road there because the ship is going to break it. So you either need to make a suspension on a hydraulic bridge, or you have to build over it. So what we can do is we can use steel, for example. For example, we can connect the steel here and connect it here, then put a cable. Connect the cable over here and over here, for example. Also another steel rod over here, a cable there, and connect it here. Now let's see, will this hold? See, does not hold. So what we can do is build a classical bridge thing over here. For example, let's go lower. Let's make it lower like this. See, like that. Maybe put it, maybe do this one a little bit bigger, like that, and then connect it like this. See, this gives you the ability to kind of strengthen your own bridge, because for some reason this strengthens the bridge. I don't know why this works, but this is actually bridge physics. So if you know anything about bridge physics, you know that this will work. I unfortunately don't know anything about bridge physics, but this game taught me a lot. So I would say that I know much more than I knew before. So if we do this, it will hold. So we can speed it up and see if it works. See, it didn't work. Why did it not work? Because this here creates a jump. See, it creates a jump. And since it creates a jump, see how it goes up and bam, and it goes to shit. Everything goes to crap completely. So that is bad. But we are over the budget, so we can't add stuff. We can't add stuff, we need to delete stuff. So to delete stuff, you press Alt or Alt, and you start deleting. So what we can do is, for example, create the road again, but this time, shit, that's not good. If I do this, see, this is not right. This is also not right. But if we do this, we are going to have a problem. So what we can do is simply not do that. Maybe if I can do this, put the road right here, right up there. Maybe if I delete this as well. See, this is everything that I'm doing here is something that I didn't think about really. So I'm going to delete all of this. I'm going to simply delete it, and then we are going to do this. I think this is going to be better. There, used 8 out of 8, and then I can connect right here, and we can, for example, do this. Connect the wood. I'm sorry, but I like to add wood before cables because it's clearer really. I think it's clearer. It's better. So if we start it now, see, it goes to crap completely. Why? Probably because I need to connect it over here as well. Wait a second. Let's do this. Connect and connect here. Maybe do this as well. There. Let's see. Will it hold? Will it hold? Will the bridge hold? Oh, see, close. It was really close. But it is functioning. Wonderful. And now these guys go under it. See, they go under it because we built the bridge over it, so they will not interfere. So I can speed it up. And the second one should be able to... Shit. And the second one went to shit. So we can share the replay. See, you can select it and you can share the replay. Now everything that you see here, you can submit to Twitter and to Online Gallery. The Online Gallery is on their website. And Twitter is your Twitter. You need to connect your Twitter to the game. And unfortunately, the bridge couldn't handle the second guy, so we can try again. But this time, I'm going to delete everything. And this time, I'm going to use the suspensions. I mean, the hydraulics. I keep confusing suspension and hydraulics because I'm really bad with cars and stuff. And hydraulics and suspension keeps reminding me of cars, and I know nothing about cars, so it all ends up going to shit. So the first thing that I do is I build the road, and then I build this. I build the connection to the actually. Let's build it. Can I do this? Is this too high? No, this is perfect. Wonderful. And then the crisscross connection. Crisscross connection over everything. And then later we're gonna start deleting the unnecessary things. So, you see that we're gonna need to raise these two. See, they're gonna go like this, and the same goes for these. Now, the problem here is that if you raise both of these, this area in the middle is going to go to shit. So, what we need to do is connect everything together so it holds. And the best way to do that is to build these two steel bridges, steel cable, steel something, steel fuck, I don't know, and then connect the cables, and then connect these cables over here, like this. Connect these cables, and also here. Oh, I don't have enough money. Whoops. Whoops! Not enough money! That is crappy. Delete this. And then we can build hydraulics. For example, we can put hydraulics here and here. Out of money, so we're going to delete the things that we don't need. Hydraulics, put it here. See, this is a split joint, which means that it's gonna... Well, this is wrong. What the fuck am I doing? That is not right. So, what we need to put... We need to put the hydraulics here. This is not right. Okay, so I confused myself. Unnecessarily, I confused myself. Sorry about that. So we need to split joints here. We need split joints right here because this is going to go up. So what we can do is put hydraulics. We can put hydraulics, for example here. But we are over the budget. So we're going to have a problem. We're going to have a big problem. So if I do this, for example, I can't do that. But what we must do is delete... For example, delete this. This needs to be deleted. And the same thing on the other side. We need to delete these 3. They must not be connected. And then we can put more hydraulics. I'm still out of money. Come on, man. You son of a bitch. There, hydraulic, and put it right here. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. See, it holds, but we already know that it's gonna go to shit, because it can't handle it. See? It goes completely to crap. So what we can do is build completely differently, because that is the only thing that we can do. So, we obviously have a lot of these cables. Cables are very expensive. That is the biggest issue that we have, is that the cables are very expensive. So what we can do is, for example, delete this shit here and then simply raise this up, so we don't need to use like that. So we don't need to use the second hydraulics, because that would be unnecessary. So we can do this, put the cable down here, and for example a cable over here. Not bad. And then put some wood. Put some wood. Wood right here. Yes. Put wood here and here. Connect. Everything is connected beautifully. Beautiful connections everywhere. There. And what happens now? Let's see what happens. Does it hold? No, it doesn't, because of this area here. This area is completely shitty. So what we need to do is make sure that this area is not shitty. How do we do that? The question is now. Let's see, how does this work? You got 2 hydraulics. Let's see if he can pass through. Oh, it's very nasty, nasty. You can do it, man. You can do it. You can do it. Yes, he can. And now we're gonna see the hydraulics work. The hydraulics, they... well, it's not really working great. It's not working great, but it might work out. Let's see. Let's see how it works out. Will these guys break anything? Come on. Come on. And now this one should go up. But the first one isn't going up because it fell down. Alright, so we need stability here. Obviously we don't have any stability in this area. So what we can do is do this. Will this bring stability? Probably not. This is probably a big problem. Probably. So let's see what happens. Let's speed it up completely and see what happens now. See, now it goes up. See how it beautifully raises the bridge. And now this is going to go back down. And this little guy is going to be able to pass. And will he break anything? No. Oh, survive and survival. Excellent. Level completed. Simple as that. And that would be all from me, my dear beautiful friend. Just a quick sneak peek into Poly Bridge. If you want more, let me know. I will bring you more once the game is out on early access, or maybe a little bit before, you know, a few days before it comes to early access. I can start, you know, passing levels from the first one to the final one. But this was a showcase of how the game works, and it's really fun. Like I said, I already have over 6 hours of the game played, and it just has like 20 levels, I think, around 20 levels, and I spent 6 hours playing those 20 levels. So it will have Steam Workshop support, so it will have Steam levels, you know, custom-made levels. It will have an editor, and I sense that this game is going to be great. It should be great. I mean, it is great already, and the more time it passes, the more money the developer gets, the better it will become. And I'm certain that you guys will love it. So feel free to check it out. Wait 2 weeks and you will probably be able to get it. I think it is going to be cheap. I think it's going to be like 10 bucks or something. So feel free to check it out. Thanks very much for watching, and I shall see you next time. Hello, you beautiful bastard. I'm Petard, your glorious lord, and welcome back to Cities, Skylines, and Petardia.